Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to my shop. So as you can see down the bottom of the video, this is our next repair. Local farmer brought this and it has been well used and abused. It needs a lot of love, but he wants me to just put in a little bit of love. So that is going to be the challenge, because I like to fix stuff and fix it right, but that's going to require a lot of time and extra materials, which he doesn't want to pay. So we've got to put a band-aid on this right here. That's what we're tasked with. If I do a walk around, you can see the bucket's cracked here. It's got a bad crack there. This needs to be replaced, but he doesn't want me to fix any of that. He just wants me to fix this right here. I'll bring you in a little bit closer if you guys can see that. So these are the makeshift tabs that was welded onto this bucket for a pulling point, and apparently he had a chain through it and he was trying to yank a big stump out of the ground, and the stump won. So that's our task, is to try to fix this the best we can within his budget, and the budget is small. So as I go about my method to the madness to try to fix this, guys, keep that in mind, because there's obviously better ways to repair this, but that requires more time and he's not going to pay for it. So like I said, we're just going to patch this the best we can, so he can continue to use it and abuse it. So that's what it is. That's what the customer wants. So let me get the camera, get you in a little bit closer, and kind of talk about my plan of attack. So as you can see, it is ripped away from the parent material and it's bent in pretty bad. So that's one challenge we got to deal with, because there is a hollow part on the inside, so it's not like I can just heat this backside and beat it out, or put a bottle jack or something in there, because I wouldn't be pressing on this parent material here. There's other material in there. So hopefully the camera's picking it up. Let me get up here, you can see how badly she's foobarred. So, and then of course, like I said, other areas where the bucket would need to be fixed, but he doesn't want me to do anything. I mean, you got this huge crack here. This is all cracked. So, but like I said, he doesn't want me to do that, so we're not going to address that. I'm thinking what I'll do is just go ahead and cut these two tabs off and try to heat this area. We can kind of get in there with a crowbar or something, bend out as much as we can, try to get this surface flat right here the best we can. I've got some leftover 3/8 bar here that I can sell to them on the cheap, and then maybe we can go across this like that. I got two of them, weld everything together, weld those ears back on, and call it good. That'd be the best band-aid I can probably put on it for what he wants to pay. So I guess let me get you guys in a good position, let me get set up, and we'll go at it. Somebody's patiently waiting over there. Hang on, buddy. Okay, so those tabs have been removed, and you see it goes through right there to the inside of the bucket. So I think what I want to do is flip the bucket over, get this on the bottom, And I can heat this area here and then bend it out, or beat it out most likely, and hopefully that'll straighten out a lot of it. Won't be able to really get too much of this cavity unless I can heat it up and get maybe a pry bar in there and kind of pull it this way. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let me get this flipped over and then start working on it. Let's see if we can do it. Well, otherwise I get the forklift. Oh yeah, we got her. There you go. I'm still 20. May have to switch to a rosebud. I was hoping this would get it pretty hot. This is only 1/4 inch thick, but let's see how it goes. Well, I think that's a good stopping point. I mean, it's not perfect. I gotta keep telling myself, I keep working it, you know, I'm not gonna get paid for it. I mean, I've got to limit how much time I spend here banging and beating, so still really radiantly hot. You guys can see, and it's way better than it was. So I'll get this thing flipped over and we'll see what it looks like. Is it lunchtime, buddy? Yep. All right. Let's think about it. It's a warm one today. Daddy got the torch going. It's hot. That bucket just kicks all that heat back at you, man. I was sweating good for a while. All right, this one's going out the door. Ready? Good boy. Let's show everybody our progress. So the heating and beating on the inside didn't pay dividends that I wanted. It moved it out a little bit. So I've heated this area and a weld on her. So if you look straight down, at least we got a nice straight edge to work off of there. And we're, like I said, we're a little straighter here. But that's the best we can do. Don't want to put too much time in it. So let me get a plate made up. And then instead of going two and reusing those, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and make a big, nice, you know, D bracket with a hole in it. I won't charge them for it, but I think it'd be a lot better to pull off of instead of having those two. Because the problem was when you got that chain in there, you know, they're trying to pull them together too. So you've got, you know, multiple forces working on those welds, which is obviously a downfall. So I think with just one big beefy one here will be a lot better. So that's the plan. Got a piece of 1/2 inch thick and 4 inches wide, or what's that, 200 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the D bracket, so to speak. So I kind of got it laid out. I don't want to back myself into a corner, so I want to go ahead and get the hole done first, and then we can cut the sides and then around the top. So I'm going to take the hole out to 1.5. That should be plenty of room for chain to go through it. Annular cutter is 1 1/8. That's the largest I got. So we'll put a hole through with this, and then we'll go out to 1.5 with a drill bit. So I can do this without getting you covered in oil. Hate these long chips. You guys see that? Kinda. Alright, I don't have enough to grip on the table and then get the saw to clear the clamp. So I'm going to have to cut this last one over here on the do-all. Take a little bit, but oh well. Oh, clear. All right. All right, it's still hot, so I'm gonna just burn it in. I did 3 passes on the D bracket, so hopefully that'll hold. So let's get as much welded that we can. Too much of a gap, I think. This one, get it tacked in. I flipped the bucket over so I could weld in a more comfortable position instead of overhead, rather weld flat. So I've got 3 passes in that, and she is hot. So it's about dinner time. I let this cool off. We'll come back at it tomorrow, and then we'll tie in the sides to the bucket since we got that gap. That'll help since they're not pulling. We can get support all around it. That'd be really good. So that's where we're at, and with the magic of video, you guys will see me tomorrow. Hopefully you can see this pretty good. So all wrapped up. I just added 2 side tabs off camera. They're 3 oh yeah, those are 3/8 inch thick. So just help to support it a little bit, you know, and that pull right there, so there's no flex. But I think she came out pretty good for what he wanted and what he can afford in his budget. I did go a little bit overboard, but that's okay. And like I said, I did 3 passes around this bracket here, and then 3 passes down there and underneath. And I got 1 good pass there on the top because there's just a slight gap, and it helped fill it in and flow real well and adhere both of them together. So if I was really worried about it, I'd do a couple more passes, or even maybe, you know, take another piece of plate and tie it in from here to here. But I think we are plenty strong because you got, you know, this skin coming together right here. So I think we'll be good. So don't think he'll rip this off. If something fails, I imagine it'll be this 1/4 inch skin, you know, that would tear somewhere. But there's nothing I can do about that. All right, there she is, all wrapped up. Hope you guys enjoyed a little welding and metal fab work. Like I said, you know, this should work you know, just fine for him. I don't see why it wouldn't. I did go a little bit overboard, like I said, but you know, it's okay, because I imagine he'll bring me more work that I can make better money off of. And you know, farmers talk, so word of mouth advertising is the best you can get. So if another farmer mentions he needs repairs, then this farmer can send them to me. So you know, I'm thinking about the future. With that, it's going to be a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you could, if you're not already a subscriber. We're getting close to 5K, so I'm excited about that. And we'll catch you on next week's video. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.